SCA US chapter Instagram. So my name is Anita, owner and founder of Slowport Supply. And this afternoon, I'll be chatting with Eugenia Tai from Pair Cupworks. So Eugenia Tai is based in Arizona and is a coffee shop, serves tea and coffee, and they also have their own ceramic, which Eugenia makes. And my name is Anita, Slowport Supply, and we're a small coffee tools company based in no longer Spring because we are going to move soon, Magnolia, Texas, which is 30 minutes more from Houston, so it will be like 1.5 hours altogether, moving a little bit up north. So hi everyone. I guess I have to click all this wave button. I'm waiting for Eugenia to come in to join us this afternoon. So she'll be joining us from Arizona, and I see her coming in. So those who just joined us, this is Anita from Slowport Supply, and we'll be having Eugenia come in. Hey, Eugenia!
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? I'm always so happy to see you.
I know, I always love hearing your voice. It's always so happy
I
and
just
cheerful.
talk all the time. People who don't know me so well, I'm usually a little bit more quiet. People who know me very well know that I'm like chatty with the people that I'm comfortable with. But I love chatting with you. I love talking with you. And also, Eugenia has recently helped one of our projects in Slowport Supply. Hi.
Yeah,
Hi. I love people saying hi. That
hi
our
Doug.
rebranding. Yeah, our rebranding
Yeah,
project in Slowport Supply. So I'm
hi,
so
hi.
happy. Yes. Yes, this is so super cute. I'm so happy. And I brought a couple of things here. um some food that I usually love to eat. My Asian influence. So just to introduce myself, I'm originally from Hong Kong. So I speak English and I speak Cantonese, and I love eating food that I used to eat my childhood years. A lot of these candies, beautiful wrappers. And I think Eugenia chat with me a little while ago about these type of experience and influence, but she didn't grow up in you didn't grow up in Hong Kong, right? You
No, my parents are from there, but I grew up in just the California Bay Area.
Yeah, you also speak a little bit of Cantonese too, so we also share some influence like from Hong Kong influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, 講廣東話. Yeah. So
你好，你好。
你好，大家好. So we might translate a couple of words. We just got off. I just got off with some. This is like a back-to-back Instagram live. I just got off with some a little while ago, and then we try to speak some Cantonese, but we had so much information that we could we just got
Yeah.
one question the other with. So I'm gonna do a little better on this one. I want to introduce Eugenia again. I saw a couple of people just came in. So Eugenia is co-owner with Kim Park Pair Cupworks in Arizona. It's a coffee shop, and you also do ceramic as well, and you serve tea. Can you tell us a little bit more about your shop and yourself?
Sure. So we're a coffee roastery, and we have a small bar in downtown Mesa in Arizona. Um, and we're called Pair because there's only two workers.
Yes.
There's only two of us,
Four hands.
me and Kim Hak.
Yes.
So yeah, that's us, and yeah, it's our passion project, and we love it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you do for Pair?
Oh, so I kind of do the design work and some of the back of the house operations, like admin stuff, or manage the website. Um, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I love the design. Every time I scroll through Instagram, I always stop when is Pair Cupworks Instagram post. You always have something that pops, um, catch my eye, or something that I see, and then I feel very happy and like, oh, today's gonna be great. So some of these beautiful brews, but also some of your design work that I see on the post.
So tell me a little bit more about your process in this. So do you design everything from scratch for your brand?
Uh, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
guess so. It was kind of a long process to get where we are now,
Mm-hmm.
because it's kind of hard. You know, you do design work for other people, and then it's easy
Yeah.
because they just tell you what they want. But then for me, it's like, oh, what do I want? I don't know. Uh,
Because you have so many ideas.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we normally try to do a unique illustration every time for any one of our new coffees or if we have a
Hmm.
new tea. So yeah.
Yeah. So I've got something here. I want to show everyone. I'm a long time fan. So I've got your very vintage. You call this the vintage,
Yes. Yeah, that's
the
like
vintage
vintage
design.
packaging.
Yes,
Look at that.
it says Choco Almond Jello. So
Yes,
I got this bag in, I think in LA. Was it in LA?
maybe.
I met Kim out at a throwdown, and he just took
Mm.
this out like, Anita, you gotta have this. This was roasted August 15, 2018. So and it
Yeah.
kept the bag because I love the
Yeah.
bag. Yeah, tell me a little bit about this design and uh, how it evolved to what you do right now in your branding.
Okay. So I guess this is a really good example of how I kind of conceptualize my branding. So what a coincidence that you pulled it out. And
I
normally,
kept all of your stuff. So
it's usually by the flavor profile. That's the biggest
yeah.
inspiration. And then also, if we know something about the farm and producer, we try to
Hmm.
maybe put that in as part of the influence. But this coffee, when I had it, it was like sweet and uplifting, and that's where I came up with that imagery. Like
Oh,
that's, and
the
it had a
balloon.
very, yeah, it had a nice rounded uh, sweetness to it.
Hmm.
And it kind of like filled your whole mouth up, and that's why I think the balloon image came to my mind. Uh,
Yeah. So this is a hot balloon with little beans
yeah,
and going up. And the first time I received this, I thought it's a candy pack because it does look like some of those candy that I could buy at like my childhood or Asian market. They have all these a little bit more cute type of packaging, like jelly bean packaging, a little bit of a cartoon character on it. Um, where do you get these imagery from?
uh, I guess cute stuff is easy to draw, you know. But maybe it's probably like my subconscious. I'm like, oh, what packaging do I like? You know, when I try to come up for
Right.
branding for
Yeah.
myself, I really like things from the past, like you said, those candies, like Japanese candies. I really love things like Pocky and Hello Panda growing up,
Hello
or
Panda, I love Hello Panda.
yeah, or like
I
was
wonder
that
if well,
Meiji chocolate stuff like that. You know, they always
yeah.
have some cute little mascots. So I think that's why my imagery ended up being something similar like that.
Yeah, I wonder if everybody know what Pocky is. Can you tell us a little bit about Pocky?
Pocky, Pocky is a pretty well-known Asian snack. It's just like a little stick, kind of like
Yeah,
a sweet
like a
wheat cracker. Yeah, biscuit,
yeah.
like a thin biscuit that's nice and crispy, and
Yeah.
it's usually coated with a thin, maybe chocolate or a strawberry
Yeah.
frosting. Yeah, so
Yeah. You know what? I knew it. So I got something for you. I wish I could say it to you, but I just kind of knew it.
yeah, Pockies, but oh yeah, matcha Pocky.
We are matcha Pocky, yes. Pocky
Yeah.
stick. Yeah, everybody likes Pocky, so I'm just gonna no, not now. But yeah, so those they always look so cute and the color pops. So it's something that I find in your brand too. Like you always have little beans that are interacting with each other. There was one other design that you had on a t-shirt. It was I think it was a grinder monster.
Oh yeah.
You
That
know,
was when
grinder was
we're
like
still I was still
Yeah,
exploring our aesthetic. I was
yeah.
trying to decide which way we wanted to go, and
I love
so
that one. And I think the
yeah.
shirt's so out. And you gave us one of the shirts for our last year's birthday giveaway. And then Amy and I was looking at it like, this one. We had our integrity, so we didn't. But it was so beautiful, like the things that you created, and so that's also one of the reasons why we reach out to you, so to do the rebranding. And um, talking about Pocky, so we have matcha Pocky here. The Pocky has a lot of different flavor, and it's also like using. Have you ever had wasabi Kit Kat? You know,
I don't think I've had that one. I've
they
had a
have.
few. I've had some weird Kit Kat, but I haven't had wasabi Kit
Yeah.
Kat.
So it looks like that. I mean, it's a Japanese company, Pocky, and Kit Kat. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody can tell me
I
from the
think it's
comments.
Nestle. I
Nestle.
think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so wasabi Kit Kat is probably a Japanese version of it,
Yeah.
and so like combining ingredients. So matcha Kit Kat actually is green. No, Pocky is actually green. Matcha Kit Kat is also green.
Yeah.
Wasabi Kit Kat is also green. Ugh.
Mm.
But uh, but combining those influences and flavors, some of them go well together. Some of them like I don't like I didn't like the wasabi Kit Kat so much, but some of those really stir up the memory of what we used to have when we were kids. So you told me a little bit about one of the drinks that you created, or Kim Hak created for your for your shop. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and how you combine those flavor? Where does the flavor come from to begin with, and how did you come up with the idea to choose that ingredient and put it in one of your signature drinks at the shop?
This is a better question for Kim Hak, I have to admit, because he's the one who comes up with all the, when it comes to flavors, he
Yeah,
comes up with that stuff.
yeah.
But the latest one that's on our menu that's probably a little out there is a red bean latte. So you know, like the red bean dessert is that's a
紅豆
yeah,
沙，
yeah, Hongdao.
紅豆沙，
That's like a famous can or I guess a Chinese dessert. I
yeah.
guess all
Like
Asian
dessert
like
thing.
Chinese, Taiwanese, and Hong Kongese, etc.
Yeah.
will eat red bean soup. So it's like
紅豆沙，
yeah,
紅豆湯。Uh,
it's like a
yeah.
sweet red bean, kind of like I think Japanese people have the azuki bean
Yes.
also, where it's like sweet but
Yeah.
not too sweet.
Yeah.
Has a bit of a texture, and normally for the thing, then the Chinese tradition, we would put dried orange peel in it as well. Yeah,
陳皮，
yeah, tempeh. So
陳皮。Yeah.
that's what Kim Hak decided.
He
I
put
don't
陳皮
know.
in there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he actually took orange peels, dried it himself. It gives
Wow.
it an extra layer of flavor
Yeah.
because the red bean is mild, and then putting that together in an espresso latte, you get a really thick,
Yeah.
creamy mouthfeel, and
That's
yeah,
amazing. So you have all like almost all the flavor because like tempeh, it's sometimes tempeh it tastes a little salty. I don't know if they actually put salt into drying it or but it does taste very tangy to start with and then a little bit acidity and then going with the red bean which is like sweet and
yeah,
then you have the little bit of that espresso pop and creaminess. Whoa. So
yeah.
okay,
If
can I
people
have one?
can't, yeah, sure.
A DIY package from Pair Cup with the beans and the tempeh and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But for those who don't really know what dried orange peel may taste like, it's kind of like the bergamot that you might get in an Earl Grey tea. It's just like
Yes,
that citrus peel flavor.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Kim Hart is like, you
It's
got
like
that right.
that's probably what he's thinking.
But Hong Dao Sa, like when I grew up, Hong Dao Sa is yeah, orange peel, and then there's Hong Dao Beng as well, which is like coconut milk.
Oh, I love that.
I love that. And then
That's my
extra
favorite.
ice cream, like vanilla
Mm,
ice cream on the top. Basically, people who don't know that, if you're listening to this chat, it's basically same type of Hongdao, which is a red bean sweet red bean paste, or we don't actually paste it in the Hongdao size. It's more like actual bean size, right? And then you have coconut milk, cream, and ice cream on the top with a lot of shaved ice in between.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're talking about the legit stuff. I was talking about the cheap popsicles that you get at the Asian market. The one with like
Legit.
the most faded packaging. People know what I'm talking about.
I,
I,
I
I'm so
actually don't know
nostalgic for
that
that
other
flavor.
one.
Oh, what? Oh, man.
So that's so funny because I grew up in Hong Kong and you grew up in California, but we share same type of food memory in a different type of branding and
Yeah,
packaging.
different format.
Yeah, different format, but
Yeah,
flavors are similar. And
yeah, yeah.
this language is similar. I just chat with some as well. We spoke some spoke speaks Cantonese as well. So there's a lot of similarity in the cuisine in Asian culture, but they are all very different as well. And when we go into it, kind of like how we drink coffee as well is all kind of different. But how do you see these elements that being used at your shop design? We're going back to some of the design topics. How do you see those design that you use for your shop in your project relate to especially the bean wrapper, the candy wrapper, or the type of the child memory food things? How do you see your branding and that relate together in some ways?
I think the main motivation or this
Mm-hmm.
underlying thing that ties it all together is probably just like trying to create a sense of happiness.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
um, for my packaging, I want it to give the viewer, whether you purchase the coffee or not, if you just
Mm-hmm.
see it, I want you to feel happy. And then, so,
Yeah, feel happy before you even like approach
yeah.
it with happiness.
hmm
Yeah. Do you
And
have
then,
some of the
so
packaging next
I,
to
I
you?
kind of do, I don't know if you can see,
Oh
I have
yeah, in the
some
back.
products
So
here.
from here to where you
Uh,
are
I
now.
don't have any ones with beans on it, but this is similar.
Oh
Eventually,
yeah,
oh,
I love
okay,
this
in the
blue
back
bay
of the
color.
box, it's these guys. These are the
Yeah,
beans. They
they're
evolved into
doing
this.
some things.
Yeah,
To-
they're dancing.
They're
Um,
dancing.
yeah.
This morning I had the knockout.
Uh, Knockout. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
have that with me.
I
That one
have
has
I have
beans
that
on
at
it.
home. Yeah,
Yeah, or I
they're
tried
very
to
cool.
do something interesting. He's making like a silly face. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So so
Um,
that's some of the ideas that you find like linking that is to make people feel happy. It's kind of
yeah,
like when you go into a mom and pop like kiosk or something as a little kid and you want to get candy and you see candy, you look immediately super happy.
yeah. Yep, that's the feeling.
Yeah.
Scary. I have a sweet tooth. Now you guys know.
So yeah, Kim has said we saw all of it. Yeah, but yeah, I have been really impressed in general. Like just even the evolving, constantly evolving design. They are consistent. They have a certain type of relationship, like through the years, and it's always very intriguing. And there's a lot of things to look at. Every time I look at your packaging, is there I can stay there and just stare at it for a while, and I find it really enjoyable the experience with it. And what is important to you while you choose those packaging? Like right now here, this one is like a little zipper bag, and
Mhm.
that one that you have there is a square box with another zipper inside. So how do
Yeah,
you choose those material and what is important to you?
it's a hard process. Probably because I'm so picky, but so when we finally settled on this packaging, and when I say we, I mean myself.
Yeah.
I wanted to, instead of going with like a one of those regular zip bags that you may see. It's usually made with layered plastic. And
Right.
even though some of them come with like a paper on the outside, it's still laminated with
Yeah.
paper and maybe foil. And you can't recycle that and you cannot compost. It's just trash. So I
Yeah.
wanted to stay away from that. This is just an empty box. It's fake. But in my
Inside
goal
there
with,
is a
yeah,
bag.
my
Yeah.
goal was that the box itself would be recyclable. You
Yeah.
know, it's just paper. I have a little recycling sign
Oh
here.
yeah, that's awesome.
Or, you know, if it ends up in the trash, it can at least
Mm-hmm.
just turn into pulp.
Yeah.
And in the inside, we normally have like a poly bag, a
Yeah.
zipper poly bag, which that was not my ideal choice to have a poly bag because it's petrochemical based.
Okay.
But I'm still trying to find a good solution. It's a little bit difficult because we're, like I said, we're only two people, so our company is actually pretty small,
Mm-hmm.
and we always like to experiment. So to keep things economical, I don't want to commit to buying like 50,000 bags, custom
Yeah.
bags, and then it turns out to be not a good solution. And then I will feel extremely guilty to have purchased
Yeah.
50,000 bags of like something that will eventually be garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if at least I can make, you know, that packaging have a positive effect on someone's life, like, oh, at least
Mm-hmm.
it made you smile, you know,
Yeah.
and then
Well, I
later on you were
kept
able
it,
to,
so it's
yeah,
not no garbage. I kept it for a very long time, for 4 years almost. Oh my God.
yeah, oh gosh,
Yeah. So
yeah,
to be able to recycle it, to be able to give people a positive impact on their mood, so they are happy when they see it, practical, and of course, and basically, the single function first is to keep the coffee fresh. And so
mm-hmm.
all these requirements all together, it's not an easy choice to be able
Yeah, it's
to,
not.
yeah. Still looking for the perfect solution for it. I'm sure you'll be able to find it too, and maybe crowdsource folks together to develop a new bag. But maybe
Yeah,
you have a patent new Eugenia Tai recyclable bag that,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Well,
love your packaging right now.
we actually are in the middle of transitioning into new packaging again. I say
Mm-hmm.
new, but it will look almost exactly the same. We're just making it slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Um, but we're considering going with cellophane bags.
Mm-hmm.
So cellophane bags are compostable and biodegradable,
Right.
and they're made not from petrochemical. It's made
Mm-hmm.
from wood pulp.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like super the best eco-friendly idea either. And then you don't have a zipper either, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a cereal bag. But
Mm-hmm.
I we're considering like putting that up and have people vote on it and see if they'll be down to have a
Yeah.
coffee bag that doesn't have a built-in zipper. It's a little
Right.
controversial, so we'll see
Yeah.
if people are willing to
Sometimes,
do that.
yeah, I think zippers work very well when it's whole
Yeah,
beans, but if it's grinded, then it sometimes doesn't sit very well
yeah,
anyway, you know. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's very good point. So, if you just join us, this is Anita from Slowport Supply, coffee tools company in Magnolia, Texas. We're joined by Eugenia Tai, Pair Cupworks in Arizona. So we're
Hi.
talking a little, yeah, hi.
Yeah, I
Um,
recognize some names. Hello.
Yes, hi everyone. So, going back to your packaging, you use a lot of eco materials in your design, and how does it affect your actual design process? Do you have to change some of your creative process to fit that, or is it a separate thing?
It is kind of related in that. So if you remember, if you have your vintage packaging, you'll see the label is it's bigger,
Yeah,
and you know that's gives you more room to draw things.
yeah,
But I purposely chose this like smaller label because it's I it's more efficient, more like you know, you get more labels onto one sheet and you're not as wasteful.
yeah,
So in that case, but then now I have to squeeze all this description on the
on the
back. That's
side.
yeah, that's kind of hard, and sometimes I'm very limited on what I can
Mm-hmm.
draw. I think that's the only real trade-off and balance there.
Yeah. But you also print all these stickers, right? You use a Canon 100 or something. I saw, I was
Yeah.
stalking. Like, I need to start printing on my own stuff sometimes. Like, it gets very not economical sometimes when you always go to the online sticker shops to print your things. So,
Yeah.
do you have some tips on that? How to make this more economical as a small business owner? Um, uh, in terms of design or in terms of how you produce those parts for your packaging, what's your pro tip?
My pro tip is if you're a business owner and you're deciding, do you want to do your own design and do you want to produce your own labels in-house is like, and when I say in-house, we're actually using an inkjet printer to print
Yeah,
every label is, do you have the time? Do you really,
right.
really have the time to do that? Ask yourself this, because,
Yeah,
and, or like, do you want to dedicate that time, because time is precious as a business owner,
yeah.
into focusing your energy on that. Maybe it's not your specialty, and maybe your time is better spent, doing other things.
That's why I
And
found you.
I'm not saying like, oh yeah, go out and hire people, but
Yeah.
I know myself, I have poor time management. So like, do I really
You
have
also
the
have to learn
time to
AI,
do
which is
this?
like really hard.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of technical things in if your
yeah.
printer has an
Mm,
issue, you have to be able to take it apart and troubleshoot it,
yeah.
etc.
Yeah. And I remember that one of the very first question I approached you after we got the like printing is this the CMYK. Uh, I already forgot you taught me, but different type of like extraction, not like extraction. We're talking about coffee, like balance the file. It affected the color. So there's a
Yeah.
very specific thing in what you do that is better off like finding the professional like yourself as
Yeah, or
previously
anyone. Yeah. I
yeah
mean, it's not too difficult to learn, but if you're
yeah
also like, oh, I also need to, do payroll or do taxes or something
yeah
like that, then you ask yourself. It's not
yeah
hard. You can learn it, but do you have the time? Yeah.
do you have the passion to learn it? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's awesome pro tip. Try to outsource the thing and know your limitations and what you can do and how much time you have. And yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, the people who just joined us, Anita from Slow for Supply, chatting with Eugenia Pair Cupworks in Arizona. We've talked a couple of things about Eugenia's creative process. She's the co-owner of Pair Cupworks, and she also makes ceramics.
Yes. I haven't in a while.
I got
Haven't
all
had
the
time in a while.
I got all the limited edition stuff. I got this and I got a ceramic.
Yeah.
So happy. And then I really enjoy your coffee that came out roast. You guys are doing amazing thing there in Arizona. So how do we find you? Where can we go to find you and find your coffee? If,
You
yeah,
Yeah, you can reach out to us directly here on Instagram. Our handle is at pair.cupworks,
yeah.
or find us online at paircupworks.com. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're in the Arizona area, we are in downtown Mesa. We're in a shared space actually inside of Cider Core, which is a cidery. They do craft cider, and there's also a craft pizza place in there as well. And then so we do craft coffee. It's a great space altogether.
A lot of crops. That's
Yeah.
that's amazing. So our last question for you is what's new with Pear Cup?
What's new?
Yes. So,
Uh,
we have some new coffees coming in,
yeah, we have a lot of new coffee coming in. Oh my goodness.
and then the new teas. You also serve tea, right? So
Yeah, we serve tea. We don't make the tea.
you
We
don't roast
source
the
it.
tea.
Yeah, we source it from a bunch of really awesome vendors
Yeah.
that we try to build relationships with, and so we try to do some quality loose leaf tea. it's not an afterthought for us. Kim
Mm.
Hawk really wanted it to be on par with our coffee. So not a lot of
Yeah.
people know that. But one of his concept when he was like, oh, I want to use the name Pair for our actual coffee
Yeah.
cafe was because he said, you know, it's two of us, but then he wanted to have it be coffee and tea
Mm.
paired together. So that was another layer
Yeah.
to our branding.
Yeah. Craft tea
That
or artisan tea brewing process is getting a really big boost right now in the coffee industry. I see a lot of coffee people posting kung fu tea or like other type of
yeah,
brewing method, right? Yeah.
yeah. I have my little, I don't know if you can see, I have a tea setup. It's glass. Oh, here. I have my little
Oh,
pot.
that, did you make that pot too?
No, not this one. I have another one I made, but it's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait to be able to visit y'all and have tea and go to restaurants again soon, in the near future. And I remember that we physically met the first time in a Korean restaurant. I think
Yeah,
yeah, I ordered
yeah,
tofu soup. I
yeah.
remember what I ate. That was so good. But then like everything just started there, and then we became friends and we worked together. And I'm still enjoying your coffees all the time, and I'm just really grateful to be able to chat with you today. And if anybody is interested in knowing more about Pair Cupworks, go on the website. They have coffee and they also sell tea, like packaged tea as well. And occasionally very extremely limited drop of ceramics.
Yes, very limited.
Yes. So thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Hmm.
Really, really enjoyed chatting with you face to face again.
I
And
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we chat on the phone from time to time, like not on FaceTime. So yeah, if you are interested in Pairup, follow the Instagram, go look up their products. They have really great coffees. And thank you so much for joining us today. I hope to chat with you again soon. And that,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's good seeing you. Thank you
yeah.
so much for organizing this.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
that ends my Instagram takeover SCA US chapter. Anita Tam, Global Supply. Bye, Eugenia.
Bye, guys.